Hey guys, Adam Broussard here. Another day in the life of a Cajun entrepreneur. Today started off once again waking up kind of late, about 6:30, and went to go bring my kids to my in-laws because they're still off of school due to this unprecedented historical snow event. Ended up at my office about 8:30 and got to work. And so we're working a lot on the Strata Media stuff, which you'll see throughout this channel, and just work on actually I talked to an investor into our company. He's invested some money, went over a few things with him, then called the store, talked to the store manager, and spent about an hour on the phone with him explaining the operating procedures that we are geared up for, and the spreadsheets I've been creating for him. And this is the biggest part of my job, is to train people. And not everybody knows what to do. In fact, 99% of us don't know what to do. We go to a job and we go off of our gut feelings and no data. Where the manager or an owner has to coordinate it like a symphony. The flutes have to know what the flutes need to do. The tuba needs to know what the tuba needs to do. And the conductor and the composer needs to know that both of them together have to make a sweet sound. And so at the end of the day, that's what I feel like my job is, for the most part, is how to get these different folks to cooperate in tangent with each other to create a better business by decreasing cost, increasing sales, and increasing profit. And so what I went over with my guy was basically, we got two people. We got now an office manager and a store manager that both have different tasks for about 90% of it, and 10% of it overlaps with each other. And so that 10% is crucial, though, because it's mainly focused around inventory, properly keeping track of inventory, and sales, and ordering the inventory. And so it took me, it's been on my mind for months to coordinate this, but it took me hours the other day of writing it all out, and then, or not writing, typing it all out on spreadsheets, and then putting those spreadsheets together into a checklist type of organization, and then an explanation to them of just like, hey, this is the purpose. And so when you understand the why, when you understand the purpose of doing your job, then you can add to or take away, because now we're going to implement this next week, and they're already doing these things. They're just going to be doing it more efficiently and better because there's something that they can actually keep track of this for. And so anyway, yeah, the manager is going to manage better. The office is going to work better. And is it going to happen overnight? Not at all. I fully expect them, who are not accustomed to following a checklist and just basically, this is what I've been doing for a long time, to not experience that. But when you start following those checklists and stuff of that nature, man, I know that things are getting done, because I can go to the store, and actually I don't even have to go to the store. I could tell based off of sales. The way that I set this up is essentially, how am I going to know? The needle will have moved or not moved. Bills will be paid or not paid. That's essentially how I'm going to know. And then when I go to the store, I can physically see things are clean or not clean. I know that's kind of simplistic, but it really going to boil down to that. So I live my life off a checklist that start with the end in mind. You know, why do I do what I do? Why am I going after this? And like when I went go negotiate the deal for the store, that was a bunch of checklists that I had to go down, because it's just basically what tasks need to be done, and some of them require, like this task right here is going to require some creativity, and so I need a bunch of time in order to think and do. So anyway, after talking with the store, then I talked with Zach about Strata Media. We got a couple of these accounts that we picked up, and you know, we're not quite connected well enough to be managing in full, and so we have to continue to politely say, hey, because we're not accustomed to this, you know. And most of the guys that we ended up getting these jobs from, social media is not second nature to them, but they realize the value that it brings. So it's like, no, we need to be connected to this, and so ultimately we need your help in order to do it. So yeah, spent a little bit of time talking about the plan of action for next week. Got a few things done on the computer. Loaded up, not me physically, Zach did. Loaded up a few products on the Amazon store now that it's crawfish season coming up any second. We might be in it now. Loading up pots and getting ready to sell. Man, our online sales, you know, we're selling, you know, $300 to $500 stuff today. I'd like to see it at $1,000 as soon as possible, but just at any point in time in the near future. You know, we're kind of making some hard deadlines of just like, how do we double? You know, I wanted 5,000 to get to 15,000 this month. I think we're on track for sure over 10, maybe even about 12. So we're not going to quite hit it, but next month, man, how do we get it another double? You know, and we got a young man at the store that, through job descriptions, he's going to ultimately load up the stuff on Amazon. And so after that, I physically go to an investor, because I want to change something up, a habit of procrastination. Waiting until next week. Oh, how many times you hear that? Let's just wait till next week. Let's see what happens. So, a buddy of mine, an investor and a friend, and somebody we're doing business with right now, we got into that conversation. Like, man, I gotta do this. And I said, you know what? You gonna be at your office? I'm gonna go to your office. Now you ain't got no reason to give me a few minutes. And what we accomplished today, two major things. One, get the social media page connected. One of the things I was talking about a minute ago. To where now Zach got full access and he's rocking and rolling. Two, switching over a business license underneath me, because I am going from a previous person to me, because I'm doing a job that he needs done, that is not being done now. And so there's an agreement already made between us that, hey, this is how it's going to look. You just need to take care of X, Y, and Z. So he's been dragging his feet, not in an ugly way, just in a tough way, because he's busy, and snow fell this week and distracted all of us. I mean, once again, historic snowfall distracted all of us. And I went go just help him, because I'm going to be radically, what they call it, I'm just taking radical action. Then I left there, and I was going to pick up my girls back from my in-laws and bring them to the house that I'm going to now. So I'm going to keep talking until I get to that house. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm on the highway and people are slowing down. Get out of my way, man. wanted to pick up my girls, who they just, the last couple days, we created YouTube channels for them so they could start learning some life skills. And what life skills? Well, in 2025, you have to be able to know how to present yourself in a fashion. Are you joking? Tell me you're joking. Huh. Why is this closed? Well, that sucks. Well, no, I can go a little bit further. My intersection was shut down on the highway. So I thought it was a good idea not to. I'm not big into promoting my kids on these type of shows that I see very well coordinated and scripted. I want my girls, my kids in general, my son too, but he's a little young, to know how to sit there and communicate well. And there might not be too many people, there's not right now for sure, watching these videos, but I come back and watch some of them, and it allows me to communicate better. And that's when I talk to one person in front of me, a dozen people in front of me, sometimes I get a few dozen in front of me, I'm making a presentation, and it allows me to know what I look like, and my twitches, and the way I sound, and the way I think. You know, all this right here is unscripted. I'm just going off of it. So any annoyances that I hear in my talk, I can be educated. Well, I want them to see that. I want them to learn that about themselves. That if you saw yourself how other people see you, and you can reflect on that, then you know that those times where you get emotional and you pop off at the mouth, all right, that's not showing the best version of you, and you could totally have ruined a relationship over that. And maybe let's not go over something as serious as that right there, but like this in a job interview, like how do you sound like to somebody else, you know? And how does a football player know if they did well or not, if they didn't go back and look and see that the play they did and where they did wrong? And we didn't have this growing up, you know. When I grew up in the 90s, and the technology we didn't have the phones to capture. We had video, but not to the degree we have it now. And so long story short, this is a great opportunity for them to see and learn. Man, I can create a channel. I can also tell them, hey, look, we're not just going to shoot random videos like your daddy. There is some rhyme and reason in what I'm doing. That's already been pre-thought out, and so they have to sit there and be creative. So they're learning skills of creativity and salesmanship, which, when you boil down to job, when you get a job as a young person, an adult, and as an adult, the more creative and the more of a salesperson you are, guess what? You'll always be employed. You'll always have a job, and you can for sure be an entrepreneur. And obviously, teaching them other life skills is going to be greatly important. But these YouTube channels that they're creating for themselves allows a real life exercise and daily thinking on what they can do. Because I mean, they woke up this morning, Daddy, I want to shoot a video right now. It's like, well, did you think about it? And I don't have time to shoot this video for you, so you're ultimately going to have to just wait, and you're going to have to percolate on the idea. So we're about to pull up to the house. Might as well just keep talking. So I went go. It's one of my daughter's birthdays tomorrow, so I went go pick them up, and they're not ready to go yet. They wanted to go to the store that they live next to. My in-laws live next to. So I said, you know what? I was gonna bring these kids to the house, which I really would have loved to, and take a picture of or shoot a little bit of video with them and content of them showing the house. It's cute. It's good for me to have memories and such, but nevertheless, it's all good. It's better memories with their honey and papa to go shopping, and I'll come knock this out, and then I'm gonna go back and pick them up. And the week of the snow, which I thought would be gone by today, but in reality, dude, we're still sitting, next to. And so, which is just mind-blowing, but mind-blowing at the same time. Really glad I don't live in places where, like Colorado, where you're going to see this regularly in the wintertime, because I tell you what, this coon ass don't adapt well to it. So we're gonna go check out this house. I'll do a quick walkthrough with you. Boom, boom, boom. So this is a flip house that we've been working on, and I'm about to put it on the market. So I'm gonna take a few pictures of it. That's why I'm pulling up. That's why I'm here. And boop. Park right here. So, welcome to Judge, 108 Judge. Ice, snow. About to go underneath this real quick. Painted all this stuff outside here, so I don't have anybody over here working. Just go check out the backyard and stuff. Cool. Man, this is something else. Ooh. So yeah, we're gonna clean this up. I'm just taking a few pictures to throw it on the market. And man, you can tell the difference between the front yard and the backyard on how chillier it is with that snow on the ground. Let me check out. Oh yeah, looks good up in there. I'll take you on a quick tour. Might as well. Let's see here. Lockbox. Where's the lockbox? Yeah. So to break down these numbers here, one. So real quick, we bought this house for $127,000. And we spent probably 20 grand in here, if I had to guess. Nice 49 degrees up in here. 20 to 30,000 bucks. Not quite finished yet right there. It's okay. Not quite finished right here. We're back right here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. 20 to 30,000 bucks. Ultimately, at the end of the day. So 160-ish. We're gonna try to sell this sucker. 215. So probably will sell. I don't know. We're shooting for 215. But I'm gonna take some pictures of it now, and so now I'm gonna go back, pick up my girls, and answer some emails and phone calls more than likely because I'm not done. And that is all in one day. So 20 minutes later, I check out my video. I'm going to post it up later. Have a good day.